Welcome back to the Boondocks Homestead, y'all. Okay, I'm out here in the hoop house and I'm going to experiment with something, and I thought I'd bring y'all along while I was doing it. I've planted some lettuce and spinach, and I think I planted some kale right here in this little patch, because we've got these two beds in here, these raised beds. And here I had jalapeno peppers last year, so we might have some of them come up, I don't know. But here in a minute, in this little patch right here, here's what I'm going to experiment with. Y'all are probably going to think I'm crazy. Well, I've been growing tomatoes in my house, in our house with the grow light, and they're getting big. These are some of the more punier ones that I really could just throw away because I've got so many of them. But I hate throwing stuff away. Y'all know that. I hate it. I just hate wasting stuff. So these are kind of puny, and I thought I'd take some of that compost over there and put in this little section of my raised bed. And Tess is probably going to come over here in a minute. She's in the garden right now. And I thought I would put a few of these here. Now you're probably thinking, Chris, if you ain't got your heat figured out yet, which we do not. It's not that we don't have it figured out. We couldn't keep up with the compost pile over the winter, and we were so busy, y'all. And anyway, we didn't get to heat it, and so we didn't get to see what it has the potential of doing. We think that it'll work. It was our fault, we couldn't keep it going. I'm gonna shut you off for a minute, and I'm gonna spread some compost manure stuff here in this little section. I'm gonna plant these tomatoes. Back to the heat. That's where I was going with that. Sorry. I've got some heat lamps, or Tim does, some hanging out that we used last year for a few things for later in the season that we didn't want to get freeze. Because even though it's covered, the temperature is still free. It can freeze in here, and it does. So we had some heat lamps going in here last summer or winter, and we've got heat lamps everywhere. But I'm going to put some heat lamps on these, and I'm going to, just when it gets really cold at night, because it gets pretty warm in here, and it stays about, I don't know, anywhere from 8 to 10 degrees warmer in here than outside, if the sun's going all day. Okay, so right now it's really sunny out here, and so it's going to get really warmed up in here tonight, and it's not supposed to be cold tonight. So I don't know. I'll have to ask Tim, but I don't think I'm going to need the heat lamps tonight. But I think there's a couple tomorrow night and Friday night and Saturday night. It's supposed to get pretty cold at night, like 30, 32. So I'm probably going to use these heat lamps, but I'm going to try to grow these out here. I'm going to do it. And it may not work, but I'm going to do it, and I'll keep you posted as I go, okay? So let me shut this off. Let's get this going so this ain't a long video. And I'm going to put some stuff on here, and I'll be right back, okay? Okay, guys. Get down here where it's dirty. I have to get my gloves because I don't like messing in the compost with. I mean, I have before, but I got to get on the bus and stuff in a little bit, so I don't think they want to smell it, and I don't want to look all yucky, so with my hands. So I didn't see what its temperature was in here. It's 80 degrees in here. It feels 80 degrees in here. All right, so we've got 1, 2, and I'll tell you something else we're going to do. 3, 4. And here's one he needs to go in there right now. Fill this hole with it real good. I know I'm planting it right up against this thing. That's okay, because they're not going to stay in here. I'm going to transplant them if they make it. I just don't have no place in the house for them, y'all. Okay, so I'm going to put that one there. Now, I've learned over the years, don't let your leaves touch that soil, okay? Because it can get disease. It can start getting that rot it gets, and all kinds of things can happen with it. So just don't let your leaves touch the soil. Now, here's what we're going to do. You see these leaves right here? They're called sucker leaves. Now, I was always taught by my husband, but he doesn't so much go by this anymore. He's done it both ways. So we've both done it both ways. sometimes they say if you take them sucker leaves off and you plant it up over them sucker leaves, you'll have bigger, sturdier plants. And I think not as much disease or something. I don't know. I don't remember all of it. But, you know, normally when I get tomato plants, it's just like they go on the ground and I don't go. And we get plenty of tomatoes every year. But I thought we're going to test this theory, okay? So this one's got these sucker leaves. So we're going to take it and I'm going to just pinch them off, pull them off right there where they're at. They come off pretty easy. This one's going to make a liar out of me. Okay, they come off. Now I'm going to plant him really deep. Make sure I put some compost down in there. And we're going to plant him super deep. I may be wasting my time, y'all. They may not do nothing out here being so cold still. I mean, we're only on February 6th. February 6th. I'm a little behind. We're on March 6th. So I may be wasting my time out here, but we're doing it anyway. We're just going to do it. Okay, now you see how I got that dirt away. I want to keep that dirt, because that plant's just about touching that. I don't want it touching that soil. Okay? All right. This is the one. Now, y'all remember, I don't have a thing. It don't matter. Y'all just remember, okay, in this video. That one, I took the sucker leaves off. This one, yeah, this is the only one I got left. It's a little bitty one. It still has sucker leaves on it. Okay? It's the only one I got left. And he just pulled right out of the soil. But there's all his roots right there. He's poorly. He'll probably end up being the biggest one I get if they make it. And we're going to put him over here. And we're not going to plant him very deep at all. He's just going to go right there. He may not make it. He don't have much of a root system. Okay. Let's see. Those leaves. Okay, there we go. All right, let me get some of this over here. I've made that soil really loose. All right, let's just plant these other ones. Tim's going to be like, what? Have you lost your mind? What are you doing? All right, that's okay. You know, sometimes I do silly stuff. And sometimes it works out when I do silly stuff. I'm going to put some of this good dark compost in that hole. We're going to plant him pretty deep because he's, looky there. I just want to see if it works, you guys. You just don't ever know unless you try. Look at that. We got one left. Actually, no, I think I took all his root system off when I pulled him out earlier in the house. We got one left. I'm going to try to get him out without doing that. They're so hard to get out of these little trays. See? Kind of hard to get out of there. We'll put him right here. I want to put him kind of close though because, and like I said, we're going to transplant them. We are going to transplant these when they're not going to stay in here. Okay? But I need them kind of close because I have to use that, the heat lamp. If I have to use a heat lamp, I'm going to need, I need them right in this area. My heat lamp will just hang right here. I'll show you here in a minute. And y'all may think I'm crazy. You probably do. It's okay. Okay. Oh, kids. It's hard to get up when you get old. All right, let me get this lamp. Let me get this. Hold on. Where do we need to put them? Probably about right here. That's probably going to be too hot. I don't know. Anyways, you get the idea. And then we got to plug in over here. Okay, you get the idea. So that's what we're going to do. Okay, so here, remember, I took the suckers off these. And we got to water them a little bit now. Let's water them just a little bit because they were a little dry in there. This comes out really fast. So I gotta be careful. I don't want to get them like drenched, okay? Because you do that and the sun's beating down on them, it just ain't good for them. All right. Let me get up here and I'm gonna water these real quick while I got this out, guys. This is my lettuce. No, this is my kale. Right here, you probably can't see. I'll get you out here in just a minute. Let me move you out of the flower bed. I'm gonna water this real quick. Now this ain't come up. It takes about 7 days for my lettuce and spinach to come up. Okay, I'm gonna tell you what. Now, oh, you look, my greenhouse is a mess. Or my hoop house. My hoop house is a mess. Look at this. We bought some fruit trees. We got 2 pear he bought and 2 apple. He bought the Bartlett pear and I don't know, 2 different kinds of apples to go with our other apple one. And then he got some more gooseberries. He's got them going. They're looking good. And look, I got my St. John's wort. It's made it through the winter. All my mint has made it through the weather. Here's another gooseberry. And my garden sage, it's coming. It's coming to life. I love springtime. Everything comes to life. Now, here's what I'm fixing to show you. Strawberries are a pretty hardy plant, but they do die back in the winter, you know. They don't die, but they go dormant. But I want you to look at this one. And it's been out here. I haven't watered it all winter until just here recently when I started doing this spinach and stuff out here. But looky here. How about that? Look at that. You see that? That is a bloom. That's a bloom. And that's a strawberries. Here. This is what I did this morning. I was putting all these in bigger. Look how big them have gotten. And I had to put them in bigger containers. Now I'm going to have to do the same with that. And I may have to get another grow light and put in here. I don't even know. And I was going to do a video on our seed potatoes, but you guys, they're just not, I've got several, and they don't have enough, the seeds aren't big enough for me yet. So I'm going to let them seed out a little bit more. I know we're supposed to plant them on St. Patty's Day, but, and you know, you got to cut them and then you got to let them get that skin on them before you plant them. We'll go through all that. I promise we'll, Lord willing, if I'm still here, I'll make a video of that and show you how I do it, okay? How we do it. And we're going to do it in big feed sacks this year. Last year we did it in little laundry baskets. You can go watch that video. And we got quite a few potatoes out of them. But this year we're going to do it in feed sacks. It's going to be a lot deeper, going to produce a lot more potatoes, we're hoping. So, and then, you know, because when you get older, you don't feel like hilling up potatoes, okay? You just don't. I don't want to have to hill up potatoes, and I know Tim don't either, and I want potatoes. So, we're just going to try the feed sack, see if that works, okay? All right, I'll catch you, Lord willing, on the next video. To this video. This is going to be like a 3 or 4 part video, okay? All right, love you guys. All right, Tim put me the light up. We'll see what happens. I hope they stay warm tonight. It's going to get kind of chilly. We'll get back on. All right, it looks like they made it. They made it overnight. I still got the light on. I think I'll keep it on. Ooh, I don't know. That's pretty warm. Yeah, this is pretty warm, but this isn't so much. This isn't real warm. So I think I'll just keep that on. I might raise it a little. Well, yeah, I might raise it a little bit. Anyway, they made it. So I'll bring you guys back maybe, I don't know, in a week or 2 and let you see how they're doing. Okay, so this is the 13th. We started this on the 6th. I'm very convinced that these tomatoes are going to make it.
We've had some really cold weather, y'all, and look, they're just thriving. So that one there in the back, he's still living. That didn't have much root system, but we'll see what happens to him. That one back there is the one that we pulled the suckers off of, I think. And so we'll see what happens, guys. This is keeping it really warm, and I shut off during the day because it gets really warm in here. And since I did this, I started this on the 6th, so it's been 7 days, and my kale has come up. Not all of it, but a lot of it. Some of my lettuce has come up. It's coming up. I said about 6-7 days on that. And then a lot of my spinach is coming up. So it's cold, but hey, it's working, it's doing it. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and end this video, and then maybe later on down the road, Lord willing, and we've got some big tomatoes or something, I'll bring you back on here and show you. All right, so y'all have a blessed day, and I will, Lord willing, catch you on the next video. Bye.